Creativity is an addiction. I'm not saying it's a bad addiction. I'm not saying it's a good addiction. I'm just saying that there is something going on here. And if we don't learn to personally go through the motions and emotions that are delivered by our own personal creativity and the demand and the command for it, then we're going to crash. And you know something? I think we can relate on that. I think we can. I think you've crashed and you've blamed it on other things. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity, totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I am a stream thinker. Stream thinking. Learning how to trust what is in your present. To get there requires practice. One sheet of paper every day, just 10 minutes. Write about whatever is moving through your moment of right now. No judgment. Stream thinking sharpens your skills as a listener. It makes you a better communicator and an activator. Learning to trust what is right now. This is stream thinking. Today we're reading from December 31st, 2022. Well, hell, here we are. This is it. I remember when the massive dream was to escape all things 2020. Did anything change in 2022? The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial was an interesting watch. 2 movie theaters shut down in this city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Fuel has hit new highs. And the war in Ukraine. Wouldn't it be nice if it all went away at the stroke of midnight? Now, research shows that history is raw. It's a series of facts and events. We use our past to back up our claims. The mission is to always develop your own interpretation. We all act and react in different ways, only to look at each other during times of change, and we ask, are we doing this right? Who's with us? Are we alone? When Netflix says it's in the top 10, by God, we better be watching it. Avatar is going to make its $2 billion. But you know what? That doesn't make it a great movie. Why? Have you asked that question? I'm sure you have. With your family members, your kids, people around you when you go into a grocery store and there's teenagers running all over the place. I mean, even Chick-fil-A on the East Coast is going to create rules that are going to keep the teens out, because Chick-fil-A is all about family and the teens aren't acting family-like. And so here's this Mac Daddy business that is stepping up saying, no, you're not going to run this place down to the ground. We have an image that we need to keep up to. Why? I love asking the question, why? And I do so in my daily writing. But I love the fact that in this research, it does say that history is raw, a series of facts and events. We use our past to back up our claims. That doesn't mean we live in our past. We use that past. I just got off the phone with Chloe Mellis. Chloe, she teamed up with her grandfather in a really weird, creative way. Her grandfather was a World War II airman who was a prisoner of war. And God bless him, he was able to write about it in a book. The name of the book is Luck of the Draw. Well, what's happened is that Chloe on 2 occasions has released that book. And to talk with her about this book and how preserving history is so important, because it's not for us right now. But when you plant your thoughts and the things that you've experienced onto the pages of a book, a journal, somewhere up there in the future, long way from now, someone's going to find it in your family. And they're going to love you 100 times more because you took the time to bring your truth to the page. Your past, you don't have to live in it. Remember, history is raw. It's a series of facts and events. We use it to back up our claims. I did a lot of writing during the COVID-19 lockdown. I have not returned to those pages. I did a lot of podcasting during the COVID-19 lockdown. That was my release. I shared. We brought things together. I've not gone back to listen to those podcasts. They're there, but I've not gone back. And the reason why is because the past doesn't need to back up my claim right now. Now, when people do challenge me on September 11th, when the towers came down in New York City, I will go to the daily writing and I will say, wait. I understand what you went through, but on my side of the planet, This is what I went through. And a lot of people don't understand what the world of broadcasting went through during that time period. But one day, maybe my calling will be to write a book about what it was like to be in this company that had to lock down when those towers came down. So when the writer is saying, well, hell, here we are, this is it. I remember when the massive dream was to escape all things 2020. We are in the second month of 2023 already. It went by that fast. And if I challenged you to write about your own personal experiences of the COVID lockdown or the massive recession of 2008 or when the Challenger crashed, what would you say? How much of that story would be bent? In talking with Chloe, she openly admitted there were some things inside her grandfather's book that were not right, but she'll correct them as time goes on. I'm Arroe, and that's Stream Thinking.